These numbers tell us a sobering story. Mchunu reveals 6,198 people murdered between April and June in South Africa. The National Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, painted a grim picture of the crime situation in the country, saying that the numbers reflected tell us a sobering story and the severity of the challenges the police faced. A total of 6,198 people were murdered in South Africa between April 2024 and June 2024. These numbers represent more than just figures on a page. They reflect the lived realities of our citizens, their fears, their losses, and their hopes for a safer tomorrow, said Mchunu at the release of the first quarter crime statistics. He said the data, which showed an increase in capital crimes such as murder, rape, and kidnapping for ransom, is a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. Over 9,300 cases of rapes were reported, over 5,400 carjacking, and 36 cash in transit (CIT) hastes. We are confronted by a crisis that threatens the safety of our communities and undermines the stability of our nation. He said contact crimes, in particular, are wreaking havoc and instilling fear. Mchunu said 4 of the 9 provinces recorded increases in murder cases. The highest increase was recorded in the Western Cape, followed by the Northwest, the Eastern Cape, and then Limpopo. In addition, the top 30 police stations which recorded the highest murders were in these 4 provinces. The leading stations among them were Nyanga in the Western Cape, followed by Inanda and Umlazi, both in KZN, and the Khayelitsha and Harare, also in the Western Cape. The majority of these numbers took place in public places, which includes liquor outlets, ship bins, agricultural premises, business premises, public transport premises, and spaza stock shops. Mass shootings took place in KZN and Eastern Cape, while 9 farm murders were reported during this period. These are crucial stakeholders, and we will ensure that we work with the farming community as we address this challenge. The minister said 91 incidents of rape were reported at schools. We send our children to school to learn, and we thus expect that such environments are safe and conducive for learning. There have been 12 murders recorded at educational premises. A total of 135 cases of kidnapping for ransom were recorded in the first quarter, Mchunu revealed, with Gauteng having 81 cases, followed by 15 in KZN. Plan of action. Mchunu said the SAPS number 1 priority was to bring crime levels down to ensure citizens felt safe. We are committed to enhancing the professionalism of the South African Police Service, SAPS. This entails rigorous training, a clear code of conduct, and a culture of excellence. He said while there have been reports of police officers being involved in criminal activity, no corruption will be tolerated. Mchunu said the SAPS was investing in advanced tools and systems to help combat crime. Our crime intelligence capabilities are being strengthened to provide better insights and strategic advantages in the fight against criminal networks, Mchunu said. Meanwhile, Limpopo pig farm murders. Court postpones bail application on murder accused. A Limpopo farmer and his 2 co-accused will remain behind bars pending their next court date, this after the Mankweng Magistrates Court postponed their bail application this week. The postponement is to allow for the men's legal team to consult further. Farm owner and pig farm Zachariah Johannes Olivier, 60, farm supervisor Adrian Rodolph de Vert, 19, and employee William Musora, 45, a Zimbabwean national, appeared in the Mankweng Magistrates Court faced 2 counts of premeditated murder, attempted murder, and possession of an unlicensed firearm and ammunition after they allegedly killed 2 women and dumped their bodies in a pigsty. Musoro faces a further charge of contravening the Immigration Act. During the bail application hearing, Olivier's legal team required access to his warning statement, while Devitt sought access to the contents of the case dockets. The state opposed these applications, asserting that the accused were not entitled to the information for bail purposes. Consequently, the state noted an appeal against the ruling made by Magistrate Arshad Shaya regarding Olivier's application for access, explaining National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson Mashudu Maladi Zangi. It is alleged that the men killed 47-year-old Maria Makato and 34-year-old Lucian Dlovu and wounded Dlovu's husband, who entered the Oververt farm to collect goods that had been dumped by the truck. In a brutal act, the accused allegedly fired several shots at the victims, resulting in the deaths of the 2 women and injured to a surviving male individual. He managed to crawl to the main road where he received assistance and was transported to the hospital. The incident was reported and police discovered the woman's body is in a pigsty. The matter has been postponed to September 10. On the other hand, body found in Bokap Quarry identified as 29-year-old aspiring actress. In Cape Town, the woman whose body was found in a quarry in Bokap has been identified as a former model and aspiring actress. Anela Matikazi was last seen on Sunday, August 18, wearing a long light blue dress and black leather jacket. Her body was found the following day at around 5 p.m. At the time, her family was unaware of her death. The grim discovery was made by young boys playing soccer on the abandoned rugby field along Strand Street towards High Level Road. The 29-year-old model's dress was reportedly being pulled up and she was visibly wounded. Earlier this week, Matikazi's distraught family, having searched for her for more than a week, discovered she had been murdered. Her devastated mother, Anela, has been renting a place in Philippi, but she always made sure she video called her niece every day. It was so strange when she didn't call that evening. My granddaughter called her and she couldn't get through. Anela had been with her cousin when she went missing from the city center. She was having trouble with her boyfriend and she called my daughter, or my daughter went to see her to try and help with the problem. They spent some time at a pub in Long Street and then they went to visit Anela's friend and they left him at around 5 p.m. She reportedly left the cousin around 9 p.m. and told her she was going back to her friend. She got into a cab and told the driver where she was going. The cousin remembered the address, but she said she didn't remember the description of the vehicle or the driver. Ulelwa said she was informed last Monday about the disappearance. I told her cousin that it had been more than 24 hours and that she must go to the police to report Anela as missing since she was the last person who saw her. My daughter and brother went to town and when they arrived, the cousin was nowhere to be found and her cell phone was on voicemail. Instead, she posted about Anela's disappearance on social media and when confronted, she started crying. We then went to the mortuaries and we eventually found her, but were not allowed to see her face as the detective said her face was disfigured or damaged, so my brother went to see her and only saw a cut on the forehead. The victim's mother believed she may have been in distress and decided to jump to safety. My initial thought is that the driver tried to do something and she decided to jump off into a quarry. Cape Town Several Community Policing Forum CPF chairperson Mark Truss previously said it appeared as if the woman had been attacked. We think that the woman died by probably gender-based violence and probably trauma to the head, said truth. Unfortunately, she succumbed to her injuries from the abuse. Police spokesperson Wesley Twigg said the post-mortem result was awaited. As such, this office is not in a position to reveal the motive and the cause of death yet. Cape Town Central Police registered an inquest after the body of an unknown female was found on an open field in Bull Cap on Monday. A post-mortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. Anela had been featured as a model on the Heir to the Throne TV show. She was also an actor, said her mother. Anyone with any information about this incident can contact Crime Stop on 08600 10111. And that's it from INJIBS Crime. Stay tuned to our essay criminals and correctional updates.